Hey, welcome to Simplify Adulting, the place where we help 20 somethings navigate the complexities of their career, their money, and all those adulting responsibilities. And our goal is to give you tips, advice, tools, and most of all, a community where you get to go from adulting stress to adulting success. With that, we're going to jump right in and we're going to take on three things that I think is really important to you to know about interviewing for jobs. And I think there are probably three things that probably haven't gotten shared with you. And I think it just helps get you in the right mindset for going into any job interview. So, the first thing I'm going to say is interviews are really important, and not only in the fact that they're the actual kind of decision point of whether or not you get a job or don't get a job, but really the impact of that can go much further. And so when you think about the importance of the interview and kind of the energy you want to put into the prep and thinking through that, I want to put these two things to you so you know that if it's worth your time to interview, it's worth your time to really prepare. Because in addition to being that decision of if you get the job, you don't get the job, if you have a really great interview and you come across really demonstrating the skills and the mindset and kind of that preparedness and readiness, and you impress the hiring manager and the interviewing team, there are chances that you are going to get a higher starting offer rate. That's just it. Because if you get people excited about you and they really want you, they're going to make sure to put their best offer forward and offer you more money. The second thing is that when you really come across and that hiring manager is really impressed with your background, your skills, again, how prepared you were for the interview, chances are they're going to be thinking not just about the job that they're going to offer you, but the other types of jobs you can play. And I've seen this play out again and again and again. And I know I did it throughout all my career. So when I got really excited about a candidate, and I don't care what job they were for, it was like, oh my gosh, and I could see this person doing this or doing that, or we'll have to, gosh, they could really go over into this area. And that's what you want. You want the day you walk in the door to already have people thinking about your career and your success. And so, yes, the job interview is way more than just a gateway into getting the actual offer. Okay. Point number two, and I think this is important to say because it can help you, I think, get in the right mindset to kind of prepare for the interview. And this is it. From a hiring managing standpoint, again, having interviewed, I guess it's in the thousands of people, both for my own jobs and being and participating in interviews for other hiring managers. Really, it comes down to really simple thing for a hiring manager. Is the person I'm talking to going to make my job easier or harder? That's kind of what it comes down to. So as they're thinking about and all the questions they're asking, really what it comes down to is, what's it going to be like to give this person feedback? Do I think they're going to take it? Do I think they're going to, push back against it? How is this person going to get along with the team? Are they going to, bring, good things to the team collaboration we have going? Or does it seem like they're going to take away from that? And they're always thinking, is this person going to make my life easier or harder? And I just think that's really important because I think sometimes it's really easy to get like, oh, it's all these, they're asking me all these questions. But if you kind of think about it, like, and boil it down to, well, they're asking me about my collaboration skills because collaboration is important. So maybe I should talk to them about how good I am at collaborating because that makes their life easier. And so I think it just kind of takes away some of the mystique and especially when you're interviewing with people that maybe have a lot more experience than you or a title that can be intimidating. Just think all they really want to know is, am I going to make their life harder or easier? And if it's easier, guess what? You got one foot in the door. All right. The last thing that I think is really the most important thing is that It's very easy to think, oh, I'm being interviewed. So, like, it's a very passive thing to go into an interview. And no, 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 no. Interviewing is a super active thing. You have to be thinking about what is important based on the job description, based on the company, the type of industry. What are the titles of the people that you're interviewing with? You know, a procurement person is probably going to have some different things that they're focused on than a salesperson, for example. And what you have to really think about is, gosh, this is not, interviewing is not a passive sport. You have to get in the game and really just empower yourself to say, hey, I'm going to learn as much as I can about the company, about the job, kind of the type of work. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm prepared to give them the information they need to know that I'm the best person for the job. That's it. You're not waiting for them to ask the quiet questions so that they maybe figure out that you're the best person for the job. No, you are going to go and you're going to make sure that you're equipped to give them the information that they need to hear so that they know that you're the best person for the job. So I really encourage you, when you go into that next interview, to really have the mindset as you're leading up to it. What do I need to know? And what do I need to share to let them know that I'm the best person for the job? So there you go. 3 things that are really important to understand about job interviews. You know, one, the interview is more than just about getting the job. That can be a real leverage point for your salary and actually even your career planning. 2, your managers, no matter what questions they're asking, always really boils down to, are you going to make their life harder or easier? And the last thing is, you cannot afford to be passive about the interview process. You have to really engage and think about what they need to know about you and your experience so that you can clearly articulate that you are the best person for the job. So there you go. Prep for those interviews. I like to say that if you have time for the interview, you need to have time to prep for the interview. Until then, stay safe, happy, and healthy. And don't forget to put in your comments. Let me know any other tips and tricks that you think are important to share. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel.